Welcome to the show, The First Generation Mindset. First generation mindset is about taking nothing for granted, waking up every day and striving for excellence. First generation mindset applies to you if you're the first one in your family to go to college, first one to come to America, first one to be an entrepreneur, or first one to be a single mom or single dad. As you go down generations, people take things for granted. I believe you must always have your first generation mindset activated. And the way you do that is having clarity for your vision in life, adding value to other people, and then leading by your ask. So it's vision, value, and ask. That's a framework of the first generation mindset. Today, the guest I have on the show is truly special to my heart. I've known this person for over 4 decades. Yes, you heard that right, for over 4 decades. This is the person who actually brought me into this world. It's one and only my mom, Nalini Seth. And the story I'm going to share with you today, her journey of being born in India in a small town, how she had aspirations not only to make her successful, but her parents successful, her siblings successful. What inspired, motivated her to push her kids, me and my sister, to pursue higher education, to come to America. And where I stand today as a successful entrepreneur or realtor in the Texas market, a lot of that credit goes to my mom, who instilled certain values in me that has made who I am today. So my objective today is to share her story with you so that she can inspire you, motivate you, and help you be more successful. So welcome to the show, Mom. Fantastic, good to have you. So of course, I've known you for all the time I've been born on this earth, but your journey started when you were in a town called Lucknow, which is, capital city of UP in India, and you're very humble, upbringing. Your parents were not as financially successful, but it was a blessing that your uncles and aunts were financially successful, and you would see your cousins having the best of their life. And right from a young age, you were striving for excellence. And you push your parents, push your younger brother to be more successful in life. So share with us your journey of coming from Lucknow and today you're sitting in America. Transformation, big transformation for yourself, your family, and for your kids. Share with us your journey, Mom.
Yeah, sure. It's been a very long journey, but a fantastic one. I don't have any regrets that we didn't do this, we didn't do that. But as I've reached this place today and where I am today, I'm really thankful to what I did as a young kid and how I strived to be what I am. I'm really proud of it.
So, Mom, growing up in Lucknow, limited opportunities there, and you could have just been one of the many kids in the market or in your city or your town and gone about your day. But you always were doing more than the other kids, more than the other neighbors. What was the fire? What was the hunger? How'd you get into that at a young age? Who inspired you?
It was most of the time it was my family, my cousins who were just doing so well, and I always thought that I have to be something. I have to work hard. I have to be, more successful in my life, and to do that, I just need to be very, attentive, creative, and be pushing around. And with my studies, with my other activities which I had to do, it was always just handling it myself. And in fact, I was handling my parents' affairs also, like, their household problems. I would tackle them as a young kid. I was very good at that. And they were very happy. So one thing led to the other. And most of the time, it was my selfless regard for other people. That was my driving force. And also, I really believed in my religion, my God, who helped me so much. So as a young kid, I was very hopeful, truthful about God is going to help me. And I always prayed to Him. And that has made my life so successful today.
You shared with me when you were a young kid at your home on the terrace, these stray or wild monkeys would jump around, and a baby monkey had fallen and broken his leg or arm, and you nursed the baby monkey for weeks or days, took care of the monkey, and you were probably in third or fourth grade.
Yes. There was a little baby monkey. It was hurt, and of course I brought him home. People were saying, "What are you doing?" I said, "No, no, I have to take care." And I, nursed the baby monkey.
Yeah,
And when he was fine, I let him go. It was, I think, for about a week. I took care, and everybody was amazed around my home that what is she trying to do?
right.
And I wasn't afraid of doing that. I mean, whether it's was a bird or taking care of the birds, the nest, or the little monkey, I was always doing these kind of things. Not just that, even for the human being, like we had these man-pulled rickshaws that we have in India. So whenever I used to sit and go to school or come back, the heat in India was so strong, and these people who were pulling the rickshaws, they didn't even have slippers in their feet, and the tar road would be so hot that their feet would burn. So once I would reach home, I would try to give them some slipper, and I would make them sit down and give them cold water to drink, something to eat, because I felt very bad that these people are working so hard and they don't even have a proper meal or cold water to drink. So I would make sure that anybody who came to my door, give him cold water and something to eat.
So empathy is part of your life's philosophy, taking care of not just humans, but people around you. You shared with me about 10, 12 years back when you were in US, you went to India for a holiday, and we have Noida is a suburb of Delhi, and you went shopping, and there was a stray buffalo or a cow, one or the other. It was a bull. And in India, if you do not know, cows are considered holy and they just walk around the streets and they don't necessarily have any kind of area to be confined in. And you went for shopping, and one of the in that market, a bull was injured. It was bleeding profusely, and you were there. Share that story again, where you spend hours and hours making phone calls to find a veterinary doctor to come out and take care of that bull. And people in that market thought you were crazy. I mean, you were there for a holiday for a few days in India, and while you were there, you spent numerous hours making sure the bull was taken care of. Do you remember that story?
Of course, I remember I had gone there, and this bull was really profusely hurt and profusely bleeding, and I felt very bad, and nobody was taking care of. It was a big bull, of course. I mean, I just gave up everything, and I started calling people. There were no veterinary doctors around. You know what? I called the minister for animal affairs,
Menka Gandhi.
Menka Gandhi. I called her. I said I need help.
We actually will speak with her or her staff.
I spoke to her.
You actually spoke with her,
Yes,
okay?
yes, I spoke to her, and I didn't budge from that. It was afternoon time. I didn't go from there anywhere. I called her and I said, "You people do so much. Now this is the time. I need your help. Can you send some doctor to take care of this bull?" So she said, "Yes, we will." I said, "No, please make sure that the person comes here." I didn't go anywhere. I till the one of the veterinary doctors came there, and I brought some food, fed the bull. And once when the doctor came and he put the injections or whatever he had to take care, and he had to take the bull back to some veterinary hospital. Till he didn't do that, I didn't move from there. So I made sure that it was taken care of. But that reminds me of another story.
Yeah.
I had gone shopping in one of the areas, and sometimes people just drink so much and they just just sleep on the street or maybe. So when I was shopping
So again
around
in India?
in India,
Okay.
so this person must be ill or maybe he was drunk too much. He was absolutely lying in the main street and he was sleeping, and the traffic is moving. When I saw that, I stood in the middle of the street, stopped all the traffic, told the people around, "You're looking at this person. He's dead, or he's alive, or he's maybe drunk, and you people are not even bothered." So I made the people pick him up, put him on the side, and then called some people to help him to wake. They said, "No, he's actually too drunk, so we can't wake him up." So I made sure that person was put in a comfortable position so that nobody rides over him. So that was one other
Wow,
incident that
did not know
happened.
about that. So a lot of stories of
Yeah.
you having empathy for people and animals. Do you wish you were a veterinary doctor in life?
No, 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 no. I don't wish that. But yes, I mean, if there's anything that as a person, if I can do for anything, any living creature, I would say humans is, of course, the number one supremacy. But for anything, I would love to do that. That's my
Sure.
passion.
So as a young kid, when I was in maybe second, third, fourth, fifth grade, I had a not as better understanding of what you do, what you don't. But over the years growing up, I see a lot of attributes in you which have inspired me who I am today. And one of them is not giving up. Like you don't take no for an answer, and you do whatever it takes to turn every stone to get things done. One of the biggest, shifts in our lives were, dad is a retired physician now, but he was working for federal government or state government in India, in UP and in small towns, Hasnapur, Meerut, Bulandshahr, all these small towns. After he graduated from med school, and you found out an opportunity to go to North Africa to work as a physician. And at that time, let alone having the financial means, you do not even have a passport to apply. And it would take years, if not longer, to get a passport. But you were determined to get your family. I was 2 years old, Nimisha was three or so. So young kids and husband out of India, out of UP, and live in a different country to have more success. And you did not let it go till we were sitting on the plane and we got to North Africa where we spent almost 14, 15 years. So that success and striving for success, not giving up, I believe you do that not just for yourself, but for people around you. I mean, whether it's your sibling, someone who works for you in your household in India, Renuji and family, whoever they are, you just want to push them, push them, push them to be more successful. That's what got us as a family to Libya, and we spent a long time there. And while we were there, the school that me and my sister went to, Indian school, was a small school, was only till seventh or eighth grade. So we had no choice, but we had to be sent to a boarding school or a different school in India. That's where, and at that time in the 90s, there was no internet, there were no cell phones. And from Africa, me and my sister went to India. So, mom, I was just 12 years old. You abandoned me. You really let me go. And I was a baby, and I'm sharing with you today. It still hurts over here. You let me go. I had to be all by myself in India, continents away, Asia and Africa. I'm just kidding over here. Of course, it was a great decision. But I truly believe the sacrifice that you made, that dad made for me and my sister go to that boarding school in India were the formative years. I know I struggled for maybe a day or two, maybe a week, being away from family. And in seventh grade, you get homesick, think about your family and friends. And I could just see Nimisha once a month for an hour. I was in Mayo Boys, she was in Mayo Girls, and I could go see her just for an hour. It was a challenge being away from family after you've been grown up in the household was a challenge. But then what I knew was being in that premier school in India was a privilege. And both you and dad sacrificed, saved every dollar, every penny, and send us to the best school in India so that we had better opportunities. That aspect of me and Nimisha going to this boarding school create the trajectory of our future success. Because had we been in Libya, or we had been sent to live with our grandparents or uncle aunts in Bhopal or in Lucknow, our exposure, access to opportunities would have been limited. And going to Mayo, the access exposure that we got, the opportunities we got were phenomenal. And of course, that led to us doing undergrad and then coming to America. But as a mother, you sacrificed for the best of your kids because you knew if you were left to be in Libya for a further education, or we went to our uncle's house, or grandmom's house for, middle school, high school, our exposure, access, opportunity would have been limited. But as a mother, that was a huge sacrifice you made, right? How did that feel to you?
It makes me cry even today.
All right, so let's switch the subject because I have limited napkins in the studio. I don't want you to cry.
No, no, I'm not crying. But you will not believe that for me, it was the biggest decision to make in my life, and I suffered a lot sending my kids to this school. But I made that decision because I just wanted their success, even as students, as kids, to be in the best school, to give them the best. Even though we didn't even have a house in India at that point, we just living in Libya, earning money. We didn't have a house. We just had, of course, a good bank balance for sure. But our main idea was, and our target was that they should get the best education. Things can follow up. We can get a house later on. That's not important. But most important is now for their building their future, making a good base for them so that they have the best,
So,
which we didn't have as a kids.
so the emphasis on providing the best education
The best
for your
education.
kids,
Yes.
that was a huge, huge value add. And in a lot of cultures, especially in America, emphasis is based on the kind of home you live in, the car you drive, how you demonstrate your wealth. But in our culture, especially Indian culture, sacrificing for your kids better education, providing best opportunities is really important. And that's what I saw growing up. When my parents sacrificed, they save up every penny to send me to the best private school in India to provide the best opportunity. And that will not go away. So these things that I experienced as a young adult, those have become my building blocks as an adult today in America, things that I saw. Then, of course, you and dad moved back to India, then dad moved to Middle East, and you joined him over there. But when you were in India for a few years, transitioning between Libya and Saudi, you started your own company, which was an interior design company building blinds. And you partnered with one of your cousins who used to live, probably about an hour and a half away in a different suburb of Delhi. And while we had the financial means to have our own personal car, I remember you would switch multiple buses, public transport, to go from Noida to Saket, where your cousin lived, because she was your business partner. And you would take buses every day to go from your home to her home when you were building the business. While you could have easily taken the money that dad was earning and bought yourself a car and drive back and forth, or had a drive for that reason. Those things that I saw, I learned one thing that's become one of my core principles in life, which is when you think about financial discipline, it's very easy to be financially disciplined when you do not have money. In my opinion, financial discipline is when you have money and you refrain from spending it and save it for the rainy day. Or you say, you know what, fine, I can make do by taking a bus or not eating out, but I gotta have this money saved up for the right opportunity or the right reason. And those things that I saw growing up in India, those values you were directly, indirectly instilling in me, has made who I am today. So share with me, Mom, where financial success, financial discipline, why is that important to you? And why did you do those things that you were doing when you had the ability or had the financial means to, buy a car, get a driver to, take you back and forth?
Yeah, that's a very good thing that you're asking me. It's really important. But even today, like I feel at that point of time, of course, I could have bought a car, got a driver, or driven myself. But I thought, why not? I can just save that money, whatever it is, for the future. My kids were not settled at that time. You were still going in college. I think you were in final year of your high school, and still there was more to be done. So I thought it's much better. Let me just. I mean, all the people live here. I'm not very special. I can do what all normal people do, and I would do that transportation by bus and do my work, so that whatever money is saved, it will be good for you and my family. That was the main intent. And even today, I mean, I'm very well off. I mean, got plenty of money. We are, thank God, we are not we don't have any problems. But even today, when I travel to India, and if I have to do something, I'll just take that public transportation. I my fundamental motto in my life is to be very humble. Today we have all the success, we have all the opportunities, we have everything. By God's grace, we have so much. But even today, if I have to do that, if I have to walk, if I have to take a public transportation, I still do it. I don't expect a Mercedes or a car or standing there with a chauffeur. I can afford it very well in India, but I don't do it. My thinking is there is no need to do this. With that same money that I'm going to save, I can save somebody's life, I can help someone. So that's my driven force behind saving this money and using it for someone who is in need.
Fair. And I think this is where, as a kid or a young adult that I was, when I was soaking in these things, that became almost part of my DNA. I didn't realize what I was learning from you when you were taking the public transport or when you did the business in India. And even today, I'm relatively successful in Houston, real estate team, and all of that stuff. But of all the cars I own in my household, you're aware of this. The car that I drive every day is a 2012 Honda Civic. Right, I drive it back and forth from work every day in my office building. I have my own reserve parking spot that says reserved for the Seth brothers, and I park my Honda Civic there almost every day. And the trades who come to the building, my clients who come to the building to do business with me or to build my building over here, the carpenter, the electrician, they're driving nicer cars. And they look at me and they actually question themselves, is he really the owner? And same philosophy, mom, where demonstrating my success or wealth through depreciating assets like a car does not move me. I don't wear any jewelry, of course, a ring. I don't wear any watches. I don't really care. I don't wear any designer clothes because I don't need to necessarily demonstrate my wealth to the market or to my clients or to the customers or to the world. Oh, look at me, I'm wearing this watch or drive that car. Yes, if I need to have a nice car, I'll buy that, but not to posture or demonstrate. And I truly believe saving money saved is money earned. And I believe that money saved in not splurging on these things, I call them splurge. Somebody else may consider them as a must have or needed to have. I believe in investing that in real estate. And that's the other part of the journey. When dad, he's retired physician now, but he was working really hard, working in Saudi, working in Libya, and saving all the money. And he would send the money to India. It would be all in fixed deposits. And I remember this is in 1995 or 1996. It was you who made the decision of buying the first condominium or apartment, as we call it in India, in a suburb, Noida of Delhi. I, I have to do some conversion, but it was around 6 lakh rupees, which is about 15, $20,000, give or take, right? But by that time, it was expensive. And you took all the savings for the years that dad had worked and bought that apartment, bought the condominium. And I was there doing my undergrad, and I would see you doing all these things. I was just sitting on sideline, observing, watching. Then from that condominium, we sold that one, bought another home. Then we sold that one. We bought a plot in Sector 50. And as I would be doing this, certain values I got from dad, certain values I got from you. And dad is very risk averse, systemized. He's a physician, so he has to follow the rules, and he's not a risk taker. And you'd be like, why are we doing this? Let's liquidate the asset and put the money in the bank. And I was not the decision maker, but I would see you directly, indirectly influence. नहीं नहीं देखा जाएगा, हो जाएगा. Let's just keep the property, let's keep the land, and eventually we'll sell. And over a period of time, the success that you got for our family was primarily through real estate acquisition and real estate liquidation, right? Because you bought something, appreciated in value, sold that, bought something else. And having seen that was part of my DNA. I do not know what I was learning. And what became my core, which is relevant even today, if I buy real estate, the only reason I will sell that real estate or the piece of property is to buy another piece of real estate. I will never sell real estate to splurge on a luxury car or take a vacation. Yeah, not that I don't take vacations, but that's not the driver. So what I realized was what I was learning and being tutored on by you were not sitting up and telling me things. Kunal, here's why I do. No, you were just doing what you were doing. But the great thing is nobody was teaching you. Nobody taught you. It was not your mom. It was not your dad. It was not your family members. You were just self-driven, self-motivated. And somehow intuitively, you knew what to do, what not to do. Let's buy this plot in Sector 50, and eventually you will appreciate, which it did, significantly more. So being in America, I have the access, exposure to people. I can learn from people. I learned from you what you're doing. But what got you going in India while you're doing the business to take all our savings, hard earned money, and risk it, if I can say that, buy real estate? What was the driving force behind that, Mom?
The main idea was that because, of course, real estate was booming in India at that time. And I could just foresee that this is the only way that we can invest and then we can reap the benefits later. And at that point of time, I invested, of course, in that house. And after that, of course, we sold that, then we bought another house, then we bought another land. But that kept on going because I wanted, because that was the, in India, if you buy and you sell and you reinvest, you do make money. And at that point, this real estate was really booming very well. But before I say anything, the I want to mention this, that your dad, my husband, he gave me a free hand. That was the best aspect of my life, that he never ever questioned me, that why are you spending this money, where are you spending, what are you buying, why are you buying. Never ever. He went by my decision. So that was very important and very, very good for my growth. If he had not been so cooperative, for example, if he had not allowed me, I don't think I would have been able to do it. But yes, I was so determined, I would have found some way to do it, even if he was not supportive. So that was one very important thing in my life. And even today, he's very supportive. Like what I do business, or I buy land, or I sell it. He's very supportive, and he never interferes. He goes by my instincts. So that has been very, very, very important and backbone for my success.
I agree with you, where the perception is, especially in America, that in India, all we have are arranged marriages. Women don't have the position profile to make decisions. They sit in the back seat, and the husbands run the household and make all the decisions. Where this is what, how many, 48, 49 years back? How many back did you get married? Almost 50 years back. Even 50 years back in India, you had a love marriage, right? It was not arranged by your parents or in laws. You and dad got together and got married. So 50 years back, you had the ability to get married to somebody you loved. And what you shared was that's not the norm, because India has 1.4 billion people. Even today, in small towns, women are expected to stay at home, take care of the kids and household, let alone spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest in real estate without really the husband getting involved. Yes, dad supported you, but it's been your decision. So what I want to highlight is that India has all kind of families, but at the end of the day, it's a trust and relationship that you build with your spouse, which can make or break your next generation's success. Because had you not pushed and motivated dad to leave UP, India, to go to Libya, we would not have been financially successful to afford to spend the kind of money you spend for Nimisha and me to go to Mayo College, Ajmer. That school is, private school is extremely expensive. But because you had the success being in Libya, you could save the money, send us to Mayo. Now, the success you had beyond that allowed you to give us a financial support for me and my sister to come to America to go to college, because coming to America is not inexpensive. One is travel expensive, but also the tuition fee and everything. It's costs a lot of money. So these decisions of believing in what you believe in, which is, education is really important for my kids, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to provide the opportunity. When you're in an environment where the scope of growth is limited, break the shackles. Find a way to get out of that world. There's a philosophy where a frog that lives in a well thinks that's the world, right? Everything is in that well. Whatever they accomplish, whatever they succeed, this is where I'm at. But breaking through, getting out of that well, getting out of the environment is really important, because dad's family is from Bulandshahr. That's a small, that's actually where I was born. And had our family still been in Bulandshahr, yes, we would have been a successful Seth family in Bulandshahr, but the success would have been limited. Our generation, my next generation, would have limited means. So, what you did 40, 50 years back to influencing, pushing dad to get out of the comfort zone, being in UP, to go to Libya and then go to Saudi, transition transformed my life, my wife's life, and your grandkids' life. So another aspect that we talked about is real estate. Came to America, went to grad school, went to corporate America, then 10 years back, left corporate America to be in real estate. Yes, I have a license today to sell homes, do transactions, but truly I believe long-term financial success comes from owning real estate. And the only reason you should liquidate assets is to invest in more real estate unless you have a need for money. A lot of people believe in investing in stock market. When it's up for everyone. When it goes down, no matter who you are, you're gonna have financial losses, and nothing that you can touch or feel. But a real estate, zameen, mitti, you can touch, feel, and smell. And it's tangible. So your belief in real estate, in investing, and going through all the challenges, because buying and selling in India is not the same as it's in America. It's much simpler over here. There you have to go through so much trouble. Even to exchange money between buyer and seller, it's a huge challenge. And you've done that multiple times. Every few years, you would go to India, deal with the agents in India, transactions over there, with again, dad having the confidence in you to handle all the $100,000 of money coming in and going out. But now you're in America, and there's no reason why you should be working. You should be sitting at home, enjoying what your kids have built for you, me and Nimisha built for you. But even today, when you're 60 plus, you still door knock. Yes? The business you had in India of making custom window shades and blinds, we started the company in the 90s. Then when you moved out, I took that business over, did that for a few years when I was an undergrad. Then I had my uncle, Mama Ji, your younger brother, involved, and we did the business for a few years. Then I came to America. He took it over. But when he moved to America about 5, 6 years back, you were determined to doing something beyond sitting at home and doing nothing. While your primary driver were the grandkids, my 2 boys and Nimisha's 2 daughters, you would provide for them, take care of them, cook food, all that stuff. But you're motivated to do something beyond that. And I believe it was 3, 4 years back. You researched and found all the national providers or distributors for these blinds, curtains, roller shades. And then you started this company, Style and Stage. And now today you have a successful business. Your company provides window dressings, blinds, and curtains for not just residentials, not just for homes, but also businesses. Share your journey, how you got into that.
That's a good question, Kunal, you've asked me. Of course, we've been successful. We've done a lot of work in our life. And I mean, this should be my retirement age. But I don't think I'm going to retire ever because I've been working and doing things in my life. But when I came to US, I had to do something. Not to support me financially, more to keep myself busy, one. The other thing, the other force was that I have to do this business. I wanted to create a line so that I can support people back in India. There are a lot of families whose kids need support for their education. And my family, my brother is there, he needs support. So I thought, why not let's do something that I can help people. And of course, I'm trying my best. So this company, which I started here, it was just on my own. Nobody helped me. I researched, and then I started this business for the window dressings. Most of the dealers here are the big manufacturers in US, and most of the homes they need. So we diverted from the homes to the ranch homes. We have commercial buildings, and we've done apartment complexes. So now we are bidding for new companies, and the business is growing. And I'm really proud for whatever work I've done. My clients are very, very happy because we really take care of them. The after sales service, the relationship between the client is very important for me. More than the money, it's the relationship I believe in. It's not just for that one project, but we need to have it for a longer time. So all these things really result in something nice and positive. So my objective is positivity. If you have the positive mindset to do that, definitely you will achieve things. And my drive is to just keep doing it. Don't be disheartened if you don't get success. Eventually, it's going to come.
People complain that Texas, Houston gets really hot. We touch triple digits every year in the summer, especially in June, July timeframe. But I know for a fact, even on a hot, sunny day, you drive around neighborhoods where there is new construction going on, and you kind of observe from streetscape which home is completed, which home has homeowner living in the home, and they have no blinds and curtains, and you go door knocking. And you go door knock, have a conversation with that homeowner and explain to them what you do, your company does. And it goes back to you don't have to be doing those things, especially seeking for business, door knocking in the summer heat, but you still do that. It's the driver, why you do it, which is really important. You're not doing it to live in a bigger home or buy luxury brand clothes or to splurge on expensive restaurants or jewelry. Like I've seen the jewelry you wear, you've worn this for decades. I've never seen new rings pop on your fingers because you got a big deal. Most people get complacent, especially in my business as realtors. They want to be fed with the mouth open, give me leads, and I will, go service them. They don't have the discipline even to do open houses that's done in a controlled environment. You sit inside the home with air conditioning on, and buyers come to you. All you have to do is engage with them and demonstrate your value. They're even lazy to do that. Whereas you, with the age profile you're in, 60 plus, even today, literally today, you would drive out to Cyprus, to Woodlands, go to new neighborhoods in Katy, Fulshire area, go to neighborhoods, go to the builder sales offices, talk to the salespeople, Lawrence, all the other ones, Sharon Wu, and tell them, listen, I'm Nalini. My company provides blinds, window curtains, rear shades, and when you sell homes, would you mind giving my business card? And all these builder salespeople, Adam Sweet, Aditya Sheth, all the list is long. They give you business because they believe in what you're doing. And why you do it? For others. The empathy you have for your family in India, your younger brother, his family. For Renuji and her family, Renuji was somebody who worked in our household, cooking and cleaning the house. She has 3 daughters, she has a son, and we still provide for their education and when they got married and all the other stuff. So that's the reason where most people fail in life because they miss their why. And what you shared was you will never retire, right? Because you're doing it for somebody else. And success that you're bringing to your household today is not for me, is not for your husband, not for yourself. That agar मैं आज कुछ कर रही हूँ, उनके लिए कर रही हूँ. I'm doing it for somebody else. That if I do this, if I earn an extra dollar, I'll have the financial means to support the family that's struggling back in India. I mean, that is powerful, powerful. So if he's sitting across somebody today, maybe this person's lost that drive. Maybe it's somebody who's a housewife or somebody who wants to be just complacent. What would you tell them today? What would you want to tell them today that would potentially inspire them, motivate them to get it going? Because there are opportunities everywhere, no matter where you live. What would you say to them today?
No, my advice to all these people is that if you have the chance and you have the ability and you have the opportunity, please do the best. Take advantage of this time. This one day time lapsed and gone is never going to come back. You have this opportunity, just do something. People are remembered here in whatever way, whatever people I've come across in my life, they'll remember me. Not because for my wealth or for my clothes or for my being in America. No, because I've touched their lives. And if you have something, just don't be disheartened if you don't get success. Keep striving. Have determination. I don't take no for an answer for anything. Even if my kids say I don't want to eat, I still ask them a second time.
Or
Please have
fourth
it.
time, fifth time, yes?
So that I don't take no as an answer. That's been my motto. I never take no for an answer. It has to be a yes. So that goes for the business, for my life, for my grandkids. Now I'm taking really I'm taking advantage of being. I'm happy that I'm with my grandkids and I'm teaching them that they should move forward and help people who they come across. So all the people, or especially all the women, if you have some way to do something and give it back to the society, give give it back. Why you can just do it. Everybody has got the ability. Everybody has got got the sense. They have the ability. They have the sources, but it's the only thing how to use it.
Love it. And today, the business that you have in Houston, which is Style and Stage, you specialize in window shades, roller blinds, black. In fact, we have the whole building done by a company. If someone wants to reach out to you and prospect your business with you, how would they reach out to you? What number should they call?
Oh, they can just call. My number is 832-344-8987, and I'm always that's my direct number. You can always call me anytime, and I would love to meet you. Even if we don't do business, don't worry. I would love to meet the people. I believe what you are going to get, nobody can stop you from getting that. What you're not supposed to get, you will never get it. So don't be disheartened with that. But I would love to get calls from you. Even if we don't do business, at least we'll come to know each other. So you're very welcome to call me anytime and I will
Fantastic, mom.
respond.
So, over 4 decades of knowing my mom, she's the one who brought me to this world. The values you instilled in me about having financial discipline when you have money, not when you do not have money, believing in investing in real estate, because that's one thing that you can pass down to your next generation and the following generation. The fact that you should have empathy for people and help people, because if you have the opportunity today to help someone, you're blessed to have that opportunity. That you have the financial means or the tools and the means to help someone. God gives you the privilege, gives you the opportunity. So if you have that, help other people. So my success today is owed to the financial success that you and dad had to support us, support me, to send us to the best private school in India, to support us financially, to help us come to America. And then the guidance you're giving to me, my wife, my sister, and her husband today is great. But what you're doing on a daily basis for the grandkids, for the next generation, my 2 boys and Nimisha's 2 daughters, is priceless. Nobody can give the selfless love and attention to your grandkids or kids than your family members. So you can get your babysitter, you can put them in a daycare, but what parents and grandkids can do is priceless. So if I don't say it enough, mom, thank you for being my mom. I wish next life, the following life, as long as I can have rebirth in my culture, I want you back as my mom to support me, support my kids, and help me be motivated and successful as long as I'm born on this earth.
Yes, that I mean, this is what my I wish also, and I've seen you growing, and I've seen these positive things in you. I mean, you don't tell, but I've seen you helping people. I've seen you support a lot of people who are in need. So that's what makes you successful, and the support that you give. You don't tell me so much, but I observe. One of the programs, somebody had come and you supported him. He was physically challenged person, I remember.
Yeah, this person unfortunately passed away early on this year, Kunal Khurana. He had a barber shop in Sugarland, and he, back in the day, maybe 7, 10 years back, he had issues with his kidney, and there was some other issues, medical complications, and he was on a wheelchair. So I invited to him on my show and spoke with him. It's about a year back or so, and he was struggling to be successful. So I donate some money to a good cause. So yes, I do what I can do, but those intuitive instincts to help people, they weren't just brought into me
No, but
by default. They actually came from what I observed you and dad do,
yeah, but
helping other
the
people.
thing is that you are the what I'm want to say is that a lot of kids grow up with their parents and they see, but there are very few kids, very special kids, who observe and instill those things into them. So you're one of them.
I guess I am.
And and whatever you're doing, you're helping other people or your empathy. I'm telling you, it goes a long way. God has chosen me. He brought me to this position. He chose me to be here, and He's given me. He's bestowed His blessing. He's given me this opportunity. He's helped me financially for a reason, and that reason is to so that I can help other unfortunate people. Because I've seen in my life what that less money and things can cause. I've seen my parents, my mother, the hardships they had to go through. That feeling, if somebody is in front of me and going through the same hardship, I will do anything to help that person to overcome that sorrow. So that's my driving force.
Fantastic. It was amazing. I see you on a daily basis at home and with grandkids and everyone else, but this interaction was truly inspirational for me and for the listeners out there. People are going to be touched by your story, your drive and hunger for even today, being 60 plus. You go and door knock, prospect for buyers and clients to work with the company. Inspiration, you're giving back to the community, giving back to underprivileged kids and families in India
Yes.
is powerful. Thank you, Mom, for being my mom,
Thank you.
and thank you for all your time.